Is there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome, everyone, to Palo Alto, California, the farm and the home of the Stanford Cardinals. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the California Golden Bears, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Stanford Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Golden Bears will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Stanford's offense will have the football first. Guys, when the action's on the line, all bets are off. And last year it was a rally from the sturdy Golden Bears in the fourth quarter. It was to the house, the axe to go.
Yeah, and the axe was definitely Mendoza and company upside Stanford. Like they took care of business. They cut that tree down, scoring the last 17 points of the ball game. Unbelievable job rallying late in that football game, making the plays they needed to make. And I'm going to guess, Jesse, that Stanford hasn't forgotten that.
No, they haven't. I think the one good thing Stanford did in that game a year ago was they were able to stop the run. So they need that trend to continue. No more Mendoza throwing the football for Cal in this game, but whenever these two teams meet up in the big game, you know the physical team, normally the team that takes it home.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Oh, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there.
False start offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Brown wants to pass. Somehow fits it into that traffic. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Pass interference. Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Two running backs alongside the quarterback. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Irvin. Pushed down for the tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cardinal will have to come up with a huge play to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Rushes on him. He's going for it all. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, that DB did everything right on that deep shot. You saw the speed, you saw his ability to turn his hips, and how about getting his head around, locating the football, and then knocking it away? Couldn't have done that better.
Stanford lines up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. A fair catch is called for. It'll give him great field position. So the Cal Golden Bears offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good, but you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Brown will throw it. Safe completion on the screen. Turning it on. Tackle is made after the catch, but it'll set up 1st and goal from the 7.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon. You're seeing that here early.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Sets up the screen. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Nice job by the defense there. They knew coming into this one, this running back was dangerous catching the football, so really good job getting him down on the ground, now setting up 4th and goal.
No good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, coming into this one, the offense knew a big key was going to be getting the ground game established. They haven't been able to do that yet. They punted on their opening drive, and they have a negative play here on the first play of their 2nd drive.
Brown wants to pass. Gets it to him on the screen. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. Power football with the run.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. There's always one thing sure to get the juices flowing for the Cardinal and the sturdy Golden Bears, and that's anything to do with the axe, guys.
Yeah, and the trophy games are fun. It's not a real axe, by the way. It's kind of a trophy with an axe on it. But this means something to them. It means something to the fans. All the pranks, all the history behind it, Palmer.
Yeah, it's really actually more of a plaque, which is interesting. But regardless, it doesn't matter what the records are between these two teams, Stanford and Cal. It comes down to this game. This is bragging rights, not just today, but for the rest of the year.
They'll have to get it to the 37 on 3rd down.
Let's go.
Brown will throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the sticks are, play great pass defense, know what's coming, and get off the field.
The Cardinal will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing 2nd and long from the 19. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the 2nd play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Is incomplete. It's now 3rd down.
Stanford comes to the line, and that 1st down marker is a long way away. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field, and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Brown wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Pulls it in down the middle. All by himself down the middle. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Cal!
Man, there was something going on that play between the quarterback and receiver. They were looking at each other, and it was almost like they were smiling. The receiver's out to his right. He saw something he liked. He knew he had the post throw, and it was on. Shows you the speed, puts on the afterburners, accurate throw, and it's a touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. It's Hall. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. This rivalry dates back to 1892, a mere 90 years before perhaps the most memorable play in college football history as Cal ran through the band on the field.
And that's a play they'll be talking about for another 250 years, no doubt. It's sort of synonymous with this rivalry between Cal and Stanford. And you never know. You never know any given year there's going to be a play that's just going to jump out at you, David, something you'll hold on.
And I think one of the cool nuggets about this series, the big game in 1982, the band running on the field, the one y'all referenced, every year whoever has the Axe trophy, they change the score of that game. That's how petty this rivalry is. We just change history, change scores. I love it.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
180.
Handoff to the single back. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
You don't see bat downs all the time. A lot of times guys break on the football, the defensive backs, and then trying to catch it and make a play. I like he knew where he was. He's in the end zone, not trying to give up points. Does a great job breaking on the football and swatting it to the ground.
Trying play action. He's got it and still on his feet. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. And now a chance to pull even as we get late here in the first half. They'll run the option. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground.
What a play by the defense. With their backs against the wall in a goal line type situation, they're able to force a fumble and jump on it. That is how you change momentum in a game.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Brown will throw it. Gets it out fast. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. It'll be 3rd and long. Now the play fake. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
And now a chance to pull even. 1st and goal as we get late in the first half. Big fullback's got it. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run it in. And to the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Stanford!
This has been a back-and-forth battle with a lot of football left to go. Really nice job executing on that rushing touchdown. If they get this extra point, this thing is all tied up.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point splits the uprights. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Their set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Brown wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Morris. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Golden Bears can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Using the quick game. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Got his man in the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. The Golden Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Slings it. Complete in the middle. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. And the Golden Bears want to move quickly. And they spike it to stop the clock.
QB spikes it. No gain on the play.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th down.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Going right down the boulevard. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Brown will throw it. Pocket breaking down. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, massive expectations when the axe is on the line, and through 2 quarters, Cal and Stanford have not disappointed. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this 2nd half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Cal and Stanford plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Stanford will kick it off to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
They'll run play action. Catch in the middle, it's Morris. Moving past the 25. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The give to the back. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first two plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
Pulls and fired complete. There he goes down the right side. There he goes. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. Here's a heat. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah. I beg to differ.
Great place to start for this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. Brown wants to pass. Turns it loose. Makes the grab. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cal! The Bears have pushed out to a comfortable lead and now have their eyes on grabbing the axe.
And you know, in any rivalry game, momentum is a massive factor. Cal right now seems to be seizing on that, David, here in the second half. Let's see if they can close this out.
And I love you gave me professional analysis, but let's get back to what Reese Davis said. It's not really an axe, Reese. It's actually a trophy that has an axe on it, so they're not going to grab an actual axe. And just any chance I get to call out Reese Davis for being wrong, I'm going to do it.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights.
24, Stanford 7.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. A little screen to the running back. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's second and long. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football.
Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Going for it all. Touchdown, Golden Bears! And the stomping has commenced. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Brown will throw it. Under fire. Finds his tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking for room. It's fourth. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Stanford at the line, needing to convert on 3rd and short. Finds the tight end. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
To the air on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Hall. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. It's complete! And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Cardinal!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're down 31-14. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Quick release on the RPO. It's a seam wide open. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there, and just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Takes it on the shovel. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Brown wants to pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And a nice job slipping in the screen. Like, you got to know the situation when those pass rushers, Palmer, are going to come upfield, and those situations when you can take advantage of the defense.
Yeah, I would love a David Pollock just running at me free and then finding a way to negotiate a throw around a guy that just knew he was going to be getting a sack. That feels so good. Complete the screen and keep the drive alive.
The Golden Bears can really attack on this 2nd and short. Off the RPO, complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
Grabs it in the middle. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. That's the end of the period, and Cal is on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's James. And the Golden Bears will move the sticks with the first down.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3 balls at the 18.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You want to stop the jet sweep and be successful, get some penetration right now towards those edges, right where they're running the football. Defense was ready, got him on the ground, and stopped that play before it ever got started.
Brown will throw it. Takes the easy throw in the flat.
Caught by the back. Loss of 1 on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long.
Green 25.
This time they'll go to the running game. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. His drive will open from the 15. Use the play fake, now to throw. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football.
He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws.
He's got it, and more than enough for a 1st down. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
That is such a big play for the offense. A lot of these fourth down pass plays are just designed to pick up the first. They get even more. They get an explosive play, and that has got to be huge for the offense's confidence.
And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. He'll take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
Let's it fly. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead, David.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Brown wants to pass. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Finds his man. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Golden Bears send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Off play action. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Another sack. This quarterback group, not this quarterback, this one, because you're already on quarterback number 2, taking a lot of hits today. Got to keep these guys upright. Got to protect them. This offensive line has to do a better job.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
You know, I'd be worried right now if I were this head coach. I've already had my starting quarterback knocked out of the game. I'm watching my backup quarterback now get ragdolled around as well. What can we do to protect him and give ourselves a chance to win this game?
He unleashes a long one. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming.
Wide open. Got some room. Headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cal. And the beatdown has ensued.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Jackson gonna throw it. Got his man. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Hall.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Golden Bears! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive.
That makes the score Cal 48, Stanford 14.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Jackson will throw. Setting up the screen. Crosses the 30. It's a running room. He goes out of bounds. Big pickup on the play. It'll look nice in the stats column, but probably not enough to make a difference in the game. How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. Looking to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. After this, it'll be a wrap.
Cricket. Go.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he'll get in for the late touchdown, the consolation prize, the winning window dressing score to make the final outcome a little closer. Safe to say the offense could have used a few more plays like that earlier in the game.
Too little, too late. At least you got something going. You got some kind of rhythm. The offense put some points up. But, man, if they'd have started a little bit better, they might have had a chance to be a little bit more in this ballgame.
The game is over. Band is not on the field, and it is the sturdy Golden Bears who will come home with the coveted axe after beating Stanford. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.